Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report, as we continue the conversation with the legendary Pete Seeger here in New York. Born in 1919, Pete Seeger is now 94 years old, an American icon. In the 40s, he performed with Weavers along with Woody Guthrie. In the 50s, he opposed Senator Joseph McCarthy's witch hunt and was almost jailed for refusing to answer questions before the House Un-American Activities Committee. Pete Seeger helped popularize the civil rights anthem, We Shall Overcome. In the 60s, a vocal critic of the Vietnam War and inspired a generation of protest singers. He was later at the center of the environmental and anti-nuclear movements. A month ago today, on July 9th, Pete's wife, the artist and filmmaker Toshi Seeger, died at the age of 91. She was a key leader and artistic programmer for the Great Hudson River Revival, the annual fundraiser for the Clearwater Organization that helped to clean up the Hudson River in New York. She died July 9th, less than 2 weeks short of what would have been the Seegers' 70th wedding anniversary. Pete, my condolences on the death of Toshi.
She was the brains of the family. I'd get an idea, but she'd figure out how to make them work.
Can you talk a little more about Toshi?
We met square dancing in New York, and I came to sing for the square dance group and stayed to dance. And then I remember she volunteered to help me alphabetize a big mess of songs that I had. And one thing led to another.
Do you have any words of wisdom for couples? You almost hit 70 years together.
Well, she was such an extraordinary person. All I can say is that I think we needed each other. And although we were quite different in some ways, we supported each other. Her father was Japanese, and because of the Oriental Exclusion Act passed by union members on the West Coast that didn't want to have cheap Chinese laborers taking their jobs away from them, Toshi couldn't leave the country. Well, I'd sing in Canada, and she'd stay in a motel, till I got out, because if she'd gone up there, she wouldn't have been able to get back in. Until two very conservative congressmen put out a new immigration law. And this is interesting. Quite often, good things can be done in spite of ourselves. I've made lots of fool mistakes. The dumb things I've done in my life, I wince when I think of them. But I've made done lots and lots of foolish things in a long life. But you keep trying to learn.
Words of wisdom for surviving a beloved spouse.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
Yeah.
Your advice.
Keep a sense of humor. As a matter of fact, if there is a world here, if there's a human race here, humor may be one of the things that may save us.
Pete, there's so many historic anniversaries this year. We just passed 50th anniversary of your historic Carnegie Hall concert where the We Shall Overcome album was released. You didn't play at the March on Washington 50 years ago, August 28th, coming up, but your songs were sung Peter, Paul, and Mary sang, If I Had a Hammer, with its final stirring verse, The Hammer of Justice.
Just last week, it was the anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima.
Right. In fact, today, August 6th was the anniversary of Hiroshima, and August 9th is the bombing of Nagasaki. You didn't play at the March on Washington, but your songs were played, and of course the song you helped popularize, Joan Baez sang, We Shall Overcome. And you sang at President Obama's first inauguration, and you sang the forbidden verses of This Land Is Your Land.
Yes, they didn't get on the recording, but Woody Guthrie had that great line, was a great high wall there that tried to stop me. Great big sign there said private property. Isn't that wonderful to rhyme stop me with property? But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This guy was one of the greatest geniuses, and he made lots of mistakes too in his life.
Woody Guthrie.
But he didn't stop trying to create. And in spite of the mistakes that you make, you keep on trying.
What are your goals now at 94?
Well, I thought I'd follow the lead of Scott Nearing, the old lefty, who, when he was going to hit 100, he said to his wife, honey, I can't do what I used to do. I'm just going to stop eating about a month before my 100th birthday. And on my 100th birthday, there'll be a party. And if I'm still alive, I'll be at the party. If I'm not alive, why, you'll have a party without me and maybe remember me. And he did live an extra 10 days. I have an acronym for this. I call it INCSIA-GAP. GAP means going away party, but the earlier thing, INK, I spell committed with a K. It's not committing suicide, it's a going away party.
You want to take us out with a song? We Shall Overcome?
Yes, that is something the human race needs to be reminded of. Don't give up. And this old spiritual, originally it was I will overcome, and then we will overcome. I guess me with my Harvard education thought of shall. It opens up the mouth better. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I know that I do believe